Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video I wanted to show you a flip through of the bullet journal that I kept for the second half of 2018. I did buy this notebook. It is a B6 Stalgy notebook. I just kind of covered it in fabric. You can still see, because it's a black cover, so you can kind of see the black peeking through the fabric because it's like a thin cotton. But yeah, so I covered it in fabric so that it looks prettier, than the black. But yeah, so I wanted to try out a bullet journal system. Last year, I mostly used my Filofax personal domino soft for the entire year, and I did all my planning, everything like that. I do monthly pages in this bullet journal that you'll see, but I wanted this to be kind of like, I wanted to experiment with kind of like having the planner part, and I plan on a monthly, so having the planner part mixed with the art journaling part mixed with random journaling in it. I kind of wanted to do like a whole thing. I'll like merge the two things together, and so I decided to try out this bullet journal system and see, and I really liked it. I really did like keeping it and everything like that. It's just I'm so indecisive when it comes to like planning, like figuring out a system that works. And I was going to go with this for this year. If you saw, I made like a TN, and I was going to do it in a TN format, so it's not like a big chunky book. But then I ultimately decided to stick with my Filofax because it works. Like it just works really well. But you know me, I might switch out this year. I don't know, because I like trying all the things. Anyway, so I wanted to come on and show you the half that I did, and the half, I started this in July, so it'll be July to November, because in December I didn't really use it, because I was doing my scrap therapy December daily book, and usually when I do like a December daily, all of December goes into that, and then I just kind of kept planning in my Filofax. So without further ado, this is my Stalgy book. Of course, you have the gray page, and then you open up to the first page, and I have a little intro page. It says July through December, because of course I figured I would keep it for the second half of the year, and it says 2018 really small there. This lovely floral sticker is from Lace and Whimsy, and so is that star, and then this is Prima paper and some doilies. But yeah, it's usually July and November because that's where I kept it, but to December. Let me open it up. We have sort of like a collage. I used to do a lot of these with models, images from magazines. This piece is from one of my printables. It says, "I am brave as I flap my wings and fly." Cut that out and put it there. Used a lot of these butterfly wings from, I think I got them from a Daphne's Diary. And this is just my intro page. I like having an intro page in like all of my journals. I think almost all of my journals have some sort of introduction page. And so here I just wrote here, "It's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings." I believe that's a quote. It might be a paraphrased quote, or like the words might be rearranged somehow, but it's a quote. I don't know who says it. I should find that out, but that is a quote there. And then you get into my July monthly, and I had so much fun creating all of these monthly spreads in like a bullet journal format. They're like really fun. I got really playful with the things that I use. This is a image from a Daphne's Diary magazine. All of this bow sticker is from Lace and Whimsy. These butterflies are from my shop, so you can find them in sticker format, or you can find a digital printable of those as well. This banner of Lace and Whimsy, this florals from Daphne's Diary, and then some random stickers, and of course some sheet music. And this was my July. I really liked how this looked. Very pink. Then we come here to my first page, and so I kind of use this book as an art journal and a journal. So here I'm journaling about like wanting to try a bullet journal system, but also keep it kind of authentic to how I used to art journal before Get Messy and everything, because I was looking through that journal. I think it's my 2016 journal, and I think I have a flip through of it. I will try to leave the link down below if I can find it in all of my videos, but I used to like stick a lot of images and stuff in and do like collages, and I kind of wanted to go back to that, and so I was trying it out here. Again, more of those Daffodil Diary wings, these stickers from Lace and Whimsy. This Dream Big is a piece from one of my printable cut-aparts. And so that was basically like how I used this in the beginning, was I did something artsy and then I journaled, because that's how I did it way back when. This is an image transfer. I wanted to see how the Stalogy paper held up to an image transfer. Not very well, but that's that. These were from an old We Are Memory Keepers collection, and it just went well, and then I just journaled. And if you see, if I dated them, if I dated my pages, it was only like a simple July and then 2018. This is a books I read in 2018. I kind of kept track of them here. And yeah, these are all the books that I read last year. Yeah. I love this. This was for I know it was for a Get Messy recipe, and I don't remember like when. I don't know for what. It might have been for a hangout, like a Get Messy hangout, and this was the recipe. And what I mean by Get Messy recipe is that somebody tells you what to do on the paper. So I think for this one, it was first pick a color and do a wash. And so I picked this pink, and you kind of just spread it up, like spread it around. And I think the second part was do a blind contour drawing. And so that was, I did the florals here. And then I think it was like get a photo of yourself and put it. So I didn't get a photo of myself, but I got this image from a magazine. And then of course I put these wings. These are from a butterfly sticker from Lace and Whimsy. And then the last part I think was to write a word. I really don't remember what Get Messy recipe what it was for, but that's what this is. And I really love this page a lot. I really love this art journal page. I love it so much, so much. So this next page, I do have a process video on this entire page here. This is, I did a lunar calendar because I wanted to know when all the full moons were for like the second half of the year. So I did that here. I used this beautiful, I had gotten a bunch of goodies from Lace and Whimsy, and I used the Pegasus here. Love this Pegasus and some of her stickers. And these are sequins, and then I had these stamps from Prima that I got at Michael's, and so I just kind of went all out. I used this paper. There's a really old paper from, I think, Heidi Swapp's September Skies collection. It's an older collection, but it's of the constellations. I really like how this spread came out, and I do have a process on my channel of making this one. And here, I actually put the date on here, July 29th. Just collage some papers, doilies. This beautiful like floral piece is all from a Daphne's Diary magazine, and then I journaled. I don't know what I journaled about, but that's there. This is another art journal page, and I kind of repeated the recipe here, and I did this. Yeah, these next two pages were at the Get Messy meetup. So we had a meetup here in New York, and we all met at Bryant Park. Well, the library, that Schwartzman Library, the big library in New York, which is in Bryant Park. And we actually sat in Bryant Park and art journaled and chilled and talked and stuff like that. So this is one of the pages that I did. This is a cut apart from a Daphne's Diary magazine, and I did more of those blind contour florals. I really like that, again with the wash, and these star stickers from Lace and Whimsy. And so I did this with watercolor, this wash. I think this wash was with acrylic, and these splatters are acrylic ink. But everything here is watercolor because that's all I took with me, was my little Jane Davenport watercolor palette. So that was one of the pages that I did that day, and then this was another one of the pages that I did that day. Magazine images, watercolor scribbles, some very bad hand lettering, and then I journaled about my very first Get Messy meetup, and it was July 30th. So this is August's spread. Decided to do an intro spread. I was inspired by Sarika. I believe her YouTube channel is Sarika Studio, or maybe that's her Instagram handle. I will try to leave a link down below. But she does these little pockets, and usually they have like her gratitude. For me, I just kind of did some goals. Some goals. I wanted to do Susanna Conway's August break, so I have the prompts here as well, stuck into this pocket, and then of course my goals. And I just have my goals on this card. It's a piece of paper from an old Planner Society kit. I just really like that blue, and I kind of used it throughout. But this is a card from a printable that I have in my shop. And I believe if it's not the bullet journal kit, it is the free embellishment kit, but you can get this in my shop. And this entire August spread, I used my Dream Big collection. So this is paper from my paper pack that I made. It's also in my shop. It's like a ledger paper. This little envelope, I have a whole printable of just envelopes and pockets. The butterflies, the word strips, these floral pieces, they're all in my shop, and they're printables, and this one's called the Dream Big collection, so I will leave a link in the description box down below if you're interested. But that is what I used for this page, is my Dream Big collection, and then of course these puppy stickers from my stash. And yeah, so this is just my August like intro page. I have some goals here, and then I have like a little like just blurb intro of, you know, August, what I want out of August and stuff like that. Then a quote here. And then we go into my monthly. Again, all of this is from my Dream Big collection, except this banner here and that August. This banner is it's a sticker from Lace and Whimsy, and then those are alphas. These stars are from Lace and Whimsy. This little fairy girl is from Lace and Whimsy. But everything else is from my Dream Big kits. So all these butterflies, this is that Planner Society paper, but this comes from a paper in my collection, and this image here says bloom where you're planted, and these strips. Even these music strips are from my kit. So, but yeah, so this is my August spread here. And then this is August 10th. I went to Coney Island with some friends. I did a really bad blind contour sketch of the Wonder Wheel. And just wrote Coney Island there. Floral piece from a Daphne's Diary, old book paper, and then I journaled about hanging out with my friends at Coney Island. Oops. Simple. So I kind of use this book as like a planner, yes, to plan out my, you know, days and stuff, but then also as a journal and as an art journal. So I really, really liked how this turned out. It's just, knowing me, I like moving. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just like trying all the things, I guess. And I'm not sure if I can stick to just one book at a time, if that makes sense. Even though that would be my ideal. Like my ideal would to stick into one book at a time, but for some reason I kind of fail at it. So this was August 12th that I did all this stuff. This is floral pieces from Daphne's Diary, and then Lace and Whimsy stickers, and this tarot card cluster, all Lace and Whimsy. I was supposed to journal on this, and I didn't, and so I left it blank. It's really pretty, but it was supposed to have journaling on it, but I don't know what happened. August 12th. Here is another cluster using some Lace and Whimsy goodies. I love this girl. I kind of put one of the Lace and Whimsy bows on her. Some stickers. These sequins also came in a Lace and Whimsy pack. All of this is Lace and Whimsy. And I just kind of did a wish list because there were things that I wanted, and actually don't have, like, it's not a very long wish list. I ended up getting a silhouette portrait. I did not get a sprocket. I ended up getting a Canon Ivy instead. But yeah, my very short little wish list. I really like this cluster. It's pretty. Here's like an art journal spread. I did like a collage of different things. This was a sticker from Lace and Whimsy that I had left over, so of course I wanted to add it. These are papers from, there's a branding strip from a paper, but from Prima, some tissue, Lace and Whimsy sticker. So then I have this paper here. It's Prima, and then this piece, this butterfly image, I had it in my stash. I don't know exactly where it's from, But this flips out, and I have my journaling here, so it's kind of like hidden journaling. And I don't remember what I journaled about here, but yeah, August 21st. And then here is a very fun spread. I mostly used stickers from the Lace and Whimsy Sweet Adventure collection. So all of these stickers. I think the only thing here that's not Lace and Whimsy is this image here. It's like a blurred out Polaroid, like the old style of like a carnival. And this was from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, the ephemera pack. And I thought it fit, so I just kind of put it there sort of like as the focal point, and then used all these fun pastel-y stickers to decorate the page. And this was just planning out my trip to California. I went October 30th to November 5th, and yes, I know that this is in August. I did this in August. I totally did do this page in August, but I think I was talking to my friend who I was going with, and we were just kind of like planning our schedule, or like finalizing the schedule and everything. And so I decided to create a spread in my journal about my trip, my upcoming trip in October. And then I had all these stickers, and they just kind of fit really perfectly with the whole California vibe, if you know what I'm saying. My friend and I, we had booked a Airbnb in Santa Monica, and so when I thought Santa Monica, I thought of the pier, the Santa Monica Pier. And I don't know if you're like me, but when I think of the pier, I think of Rocket Power, even though I know the show didn't take place in Santa Monica, but the pier that's in that cartoon was inspired by the Santa Monica Pier. So I always think Rocket Power with that, and just, I don't know, Carnival and stuff like that. So anyway, that's why I chose this sticker collection to use, because it just gave off that vibe, you know? And I really like how this came out. These alphas are from Felicity Jane. The purple and the purple alphas are from Michaels. The blue alphas are really old Studio Calico, and the colors just match so well with the Lace and Whimsy stickers. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so I have California, October 30th, November 5th. I wrote here, the annual Disney trip with Greenie. Greenie is a nickname for my friend that I'm going with. In 2017, we did Orlando. We did Disney World. And so for 2018, we decided to do Disneyland and Dapper Day. Dapper Day was happening the weekend of November 3rd, 4th. And so we decided to do Halloween and Dapper Day at the same time. And so we have our little schedule here. And then I have some places. I've never been to California. Lies. I have been to California, just never left the airport. But, you know, I never really been to California, so it was my first time, and so I kind of, literally all the sightseeing points that I put are from movies. Like, that's all I know about that's all I know about, like, LA is from movies, and so that's what I put here. But yes, I really liked how this spread turned out. It's turned out really, really cute. So the next page, I have some paper here, and I tipped in this page, which was supposed to be from a journal that I created for the Season of Seasons, for the Get Messy Season of Seasons. I did create a journal for it, and it was very mixed media-y, and I tried the mixed media thing, and I hated it. I hated how it looked. So I took the entire journal apart and only kept this page because it was the only page that I did that I liked. And I decided to tip it into this journal here, and it says Seasons, one of many. And this was, I think it was like the title page or one of the first pages that I did in the journal. And it had this kind of fabric tab and everything on it. So I just kind of ripped it out and tipped it in here. And then I wrote about my attempt at making and keeping a mixed media journal for the Season of Seasons. I wrote that here. So that's that page. Here's just a simple art journal page, image from a Free People catalog, tried hand lettering, some paint wash, really simple. And then we get into my September pages. So September page and then September calendar. And I really liked this whole introducing the month before the monthly thing. I really like that because what I would do here is I would journal about August, you know, and then what's coming up. And then the pocket here, I think, holds some goals like the last time. And so I really liked how this looked. So I think I do have a process video on making this one as well. So I have a process video for August and I have a process video for September. And for September I used Lace and Whimsy stickers and some bits from my Dream Big collection. So this whole cluster here is all Lace and Whimsy. These are some die cuts and this beautiful mermaid sticker. All the stickers are Lace and Whimsy. This washi tape is from Prima. These stickers here are from a Tim Holtz clippings pack. I really liked pulling out different sentiments about stars and dreams and stuff like that. It really tied in very well with the Lace and Whimsy stickers. So on this side, these moon face stickers are Lace and Whimsy. The paper that I use is from my Dream Big kit. The pocket, this is another pocket. This one is a sheet music pocket, is from my Dream Big collection. And even this little card is from Dream Big. I think I had to trim it so it could fit into the pocket. But it's from my Dream Big collection. And I just wrote my goals. These iridescent stickers are from Michaels. This You Are Magic sticker is Lace and Whimsy. The moon, the stars, more of those Tim Holtz strips. Washi tape from Prima. This little ephemera piece is from one of my printables. Actually, I think this is from my Dream Big embellishment printable, which is free in my shop currently. So at least by the time that this video goes up, I hope it's still free in my shop. But yeah, that is in my shop. More Lace and Whimsy stickers, washi tape, and a doily. And yeah, so I just kind of, hello September. Again, those same alpha stickers from, I got them at Michael's. They're like in the planner section. Yeah, so journaling, and then a quote here, fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. I really, really liked how this spread came out. It's just really pretty. And then we go into my monthly. For this spread, I basically use the same things, except nothing here is from my shop. The washi tape is from Prima, and then everything else is Lace and Whimsy. So this Moon Tao card is from one of her ephemera packs. Some cloud stickers, and then of course all of the mermaids, more of those moon phase stickers, and all these little star stickers are Lace and Whimsy. These title stickers, I believe, are from a Planner Society kit. But yeah, and so this is my monthly, and it's just as pretty. I have a quote here. It says, I'll think of a mermaid lagoon underneath a magical moon. That is a quote, I believe, from Peter Pan, but I changed it. I think it's underneath a magic moon and not magical, but magical just sounds prettier, so I just kind of put magical. I just chanted up people's quotes. But yeah, I really, really liked how this one turned out as well. Like this whole September, everything just turned out so well. Love it. Next page is this blankness. I think it says that one time I got new washi tape. So I guess I got some new washi tape and just kind of put them on the page. And then these pieces were from a Cocoa Daisy printable. I fussy cut them and put them there. Should have journaled on it, but that's all I wrote. These next few pages are created by following the Get Messy 30-day art challenge on Creative Bug. I will try to leave a link to that down below, but they came out with a 30-day challenge, like kind of class on Creative Bug, and the next few pages are from working through that. I didn't do the whole month, but I did some of it. So this one was the intro, like the intro to yourself, had a picture of me, some random scrap pieces of paper, like they don't even really match very well, and then my stats, and I said Lost in Wonderland. This was one of the challenges that Lauren did, and it was like, I don't know, I had a lot of fun. It's not really my style. The colors are a bit brighter for me, but still in my pastel style. And I really wanted to use all of my scrap pieces of paper that I had, and this one was a really good way to use those scraps. And it was like creating boxes, like washes of color, and then creating these little boxes with your papers and stuff like that, and then just kind of scattering the page with different sentiments. And the only sentiment I put here was "You are magic," and then I did a bunch of scribbles and stuff. But I really enjoyed this challenge, like this prompt and everything, and I think it came out really cute. Oh man, I believe this is like one for Kaylee, one that Kaylee did, but I don't remember. This is just a acrylic paint wash, and then I traced some butterflies from a stencil, and I wrote "feeling the feels" in very bad hand lettering, and then just a bunch of black ink splatters. And that is this page. This one was definitely a Kaylee prompt. I don't remember what it was, but again, I used a lot of those scrap pieces that I used in this, so like the same patterns, because I wanted to use up whatever was on my desk. And then I had these alphas, and I just put "do you." I forgot what the prompt was though, I really did. Some scribbles, I like doing scribbles too behind my clusters. This next one, I'm not even sure. I don't even know if this was part of the Get Messy. It probably wasn't, but I did get this stencil, and that's the same stencil that I use for these butterflies. This is a Heidi Swap stencil, and I think I got it off of Amazon. What I did was I took my Tim Holtz distressed ink pads and one of those Tim Holtz dabber thingies, and just kind of dabbled some ink through the stencil, and I really love the effect that it gives. And then I just wrote "hello, hello," and then that was all that this was on this page. So I kind of went back, added this washi tape, this is Prima washi tape, and did some journaling. I had made a TN, so my TN that I made, my B6 Slim TN, I was just journaling about finishing it here. So that's this page. This one is my October spread. Of course, I don't know why I hesitated that long. This is my October spread. I did not do, if you notice, I did not do an October intro. So I might have been like getting bored with the system. I think that's what happened. So hey, I did July through September really well, and then by October I was getting bored with the bullet journal system, and that happens. Like, that's what I'm saying. I can't really, for some reason, I can't really stick with something for very long because I just get bored and want to try something new. But I did do my monthly. I don't think I have a process for this, but I used a lot of stickers from Lace and Whimsy. This is from her Gothic Whimsy collection. So like all the black and white stuff is Lace and Whimsy, and these butterflies are Lace and Whimsy, the stars, everything. The washi tape is from Prima. The stickers are some that I had in my stash. But yeah, everything else is from Lace and Whimsy. So like the florals, the keys, the stars, this here, and these butterflies, and this bee, and that, all Lace and Whimsy stickers. Her Gothic Whimsy, I don't know if she still has any in her shop, but that's what this is. And yeah, different color scheme for me, of course. I'm not a big orange fan. I don't really like orange. That's why I think I kind of balanced it out with this kind of almost neutral-y, peachy type of washi tape and a lot of black and white, because black and white, you know. But it really feels October, so it worked. Yeah, I really like this one. It's different for me, but I really enjoyed it. And then I didn't do anything after I did this monthly, and then the rest of it stayed blank. I put this Prima paper here with some of that washi tape, and November is NaNoWriMo, and I wanted to attempt NaNoWriMo. I did not do it, but I wanted to attempt, and so I had a story idea in my head, and so these are the notes for that story for NaNoWriMo, and I just kind of wrote them down here in October, of course, sort of like to prep. I had a bunch of different story ideas that I wanted to work on in November, so this is just one of them that I just kind of wrote down the notes here in this book. Did not attempt NaNoWriMo, to tell you that. Didn't even write anything. I wrote a bunch of notes, but I didn't write anything. And that was because in the beginning of November, I was in California. So I did do a November spread. I took this book with me to California. It's kind of funky. I will say it's kind of funky. Not really liking it very much. You can tell that I was getting bored with the bullet journal system. Washi tape. These two washi tapes are from Maggie Holmes' Carousel or Chasing Dreams. This black and white one is from Prima. This is from the Carousel Maggie Holmes Ephemera. So it's that one. And all these fun stickers are Lace and Whimsy. These, for the most part, are from her Sweet Adventure, but some of the florals are from like a really old sticker sheet that I had that was full of teacups. And so I had some left over, and so I decided to use it because it matched, the colors matched really well. But yeah, my funky November spread here. I mean, it doesn't look that bad on camera when I'm looking at it, but like when you look at it, it looks kind of like a hot mess. But you know, put a Walt Disney quote here because I was going to Disneyland, and yeah, that's it. Some November spread. And then here is the last page, and it's very sloppy, and that's because I took this with me to California. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to jot down sort of like bullet point style what we did each day. My friend that I went with, how she kind of travels is very, especially Disney, it's like a lot of stuff in one day. And so I wanted to keep a Disney, I always do like a Disney album or something. And I do have a Disney book. Didn't even start it. But if you remember, I showed you a flip through of this journal, this altered book journal. And so this is going to be my, I'm getting all messed up. This is going to be my Disneyland mini book. And I have all the pictures printed and everything in a bag, but I just got to sit down and work on it. So maybe I'll do like some process videos working on it. I don't know. Maybe that will motivate me to actually fill it up. But so I don't keep a journal on the go for this type of trip because I know how my friend is. She wants to get as much stuff done in one day, and I totally get it because we didn't have that much time at like Disney and everything, and then we decided to do Universal Studios as well. So I knew I needed to bring a notebook, and it needed to be something really easy and really quick, and just to jot down bullet point style what we did each day, so that way when I go and sit down and work in my altered book for the trip, I have an idea of what we did each day the whole time that we were there, so that I can work in the book chronologically and do my journaling that way. So what I did was, before I left, I kind of used up like the remaining stickers from some Lace and Whimsy sticker sheets that I had, and just kind of decorated the page such. So these little banner stickers I made them on the silhouette. I do not have them in my shop, but I use them personally for my planning. And so we were getting there. Look at my calendars. Tuesday night. We flew in Tuesday night. So our first full day was Wednesday. So that's why I started Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were Dapper Day. So I knew that we were going to be doing Disneyland primarily those 2 days. So kind of clustered them down here and left more space for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because I figured that we would do more things. But the reality is we did do a lot, but not as much as I hoped that we did, only because we spent so much time in traffic. I felt with this trip to California that we spent a lot of our time in a car on the freeway. Like I feel like we just wasted so much time in the car driving to and from different places. And that kind of took away from, I guess, the experience of the place, or maybe that is part of the experience of visiting LA and surrounding areas, is that you do sit in traffic for like forever. Actually, I mean, for the most part, we didn't sit into a lot of traffic. There was one day, it was Wednesday evening, not even Wednesday evening. We left at like 2 o'clock, maybe the latest, to get to Disneyland. We stayed in Santa Monica, and so we decided that we were going to drive to Disneyland. And really, like, straight shoot drive, like if there's no traffic, if it's all good, it's like 40 minutes, like a 40-minute drive, sometimes even less depending how fast we're driving. But yeah, so we figured, oh, we'll just drive there and drive back like nothing. So we did Mickey's Halloween party on Wednesday night, which was Halloween night, and we decided, like, the party started at 6 p.m., but our tickets let us into the park at 3 p.m. So we're just like, we'll leave around 2 o'clock and we'll just drive down there, get there by 3, and have some time before the actual party started. So before that, we just kind of stayed in Santa Monica. Like, we just kind of drove around Santa Monica. We did like the pier and stuff like that. And then we went down to Disney. We drove down. And it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but it took us 2.5 hours just to get there, and it was ridiculous. It was just so ridiculous, and I'm just like, this is, I don't know. And that was like the only time that we got stuck in like massive amount of like a really long traffic, because what should have taken us only 40 minutes took us 2.5 hours. And coming from the East Coast, we don't have this problem. And so, I mean, I live in New York City, and my friend, I met her in high school, so we went to high school here. She lives in North Carolina, and even when we would drive around like Orlando, when we would go to Disney World, there's no traffic, and like, I don't know, I don't know, it was very weird experience because I'm not used to sitting in a car being stuck in traffic. And so I think that part of the trip really, it kind of dampened the whole experience for me, I think. Even though I guess being stuck in traffic is supposed to be part of the experience of visiting LA and surrounding, but I feel like we could have gotten a lot more done in our days if we weren't in the car spending at least half an hour, like every time we wanted to go somewhere was like a half an hour, 45 minutes from wherever we were, when realistically it should have only been like a 15-minute drive. Do you see? Like, everything was doubled when it shouldn't have been. I don't understand it. I really don't. I'm like, California is a desert. There's nothing there. It's like you have so much space. Why do you have traffic all the time, everywhere? I don't get it. I really don't. And I think it's because they're very laid back. I don't know what it is. It could be my New York mentality not understanding California culture, because the whole traffic thing, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, it was just so bizarre. It was one of those things that, I don't know, it definitely spoiled the experience. I mean, if I ever go back to California, I know now to expect that, so it probably won't be as impactful as the first time around, but first time around was, yeah, so this was my very sloppily, hasty basically bullet journaling what we did each day, and that is it. That was the end of my bullet journal, and I have all these pages left because the Nostalgia book has so many pages. Actually, in the back, I ended up ripping out some of the pages to make little booklets for my B6 Slim TN that I am not using. So, yeah, so I might just use these pages like that, if I need like a grid paper, kind of pull them out from the back. Or I can, start again in the bullet journal. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep like a bullet journal for this year, as well as my File of Flax planner. So like make this like how I was doing it, a bullet journal and art journaling. Or if I want to switch to an A6 journal, I have no idea. Looking back on this though, it looks really, really cool, and I'm just like, wow, I wish I can keep up with it, but not get bored out of it, It's a shame because it does turn out looking really cool. Anyway, that is my half of the year bullet journal from July to December. Really November, because I didn't really do anything in December. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like seriously, I really like how this looks. Like, it's really inspiring me to keep going with it in a way. I'm inspiring myself. That's why I really like looking at through my old journals, like my previous journals, because sometimes when you're kind of stuck on what to do for a year, it's always fun to look back and, ooh, I liked doing that. Ooh, I remember doing that and I really enjoyed it. And then it looks really cool. Like sometimes the pages look super cool and you're just like, ooh, I want to try that again. And this is really making me want to continue in this book, but I know I'm going to get bored with it so fast. So that is my little bullet journal keeping for 2018. I really hope you enjoyed this rather long flip through. It's a very long, talkative flip through, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you like. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more journaling, crafty videos like this one, and I will see you all next time. Bye!